Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me start by saying no, I am not coming on screen because I am laying down. So I'm not coming on screen because, yeah. Hey, Foy, what's good? What is up? Let me put a Shondo in my own chat. I I don't know how live I'm gonna be on tonight, but I did want to come on, talk to y'all, say a couple things, give y'all myself. I'll be in my back cave. I'm not feeling too well today, but I'm gonna thug it out. I can make it through, as long as I don't have to come on screen. But I'm gonna be in my back cave tonight and tomorrow, working on my Lovecraft Country review, and then I have to prepare for my Lovecraft Country reviewers roundtable tomorrow night. That I plan to do with some other reviewers. So look forward to that. I am looking forward to it. I got to get my review done though. I that's one thing I have to do. I have to finish my review before tomorrow night. So yeah. I know it's me, D. That's why I'm not coming on camera. I survived the season finale. We'll talk about it tomorrow on my live. Of course, I'm going to discuss it during my review. I am going to have a review, and then I'll do the reviewers roundtable tomorrow night. And I'm kind of excited to discuss the show with other reviewers. I don't want to jinx myself and say who's coming on, just even if it's just me by myself. But I plan to have others on. So yeah, yeah. So look forward to that. Some people who you all will probably want to go and follow and subscribe to them as well. So I'm going to do that. All right. So I got a couple things that I saw that I want to discuss and talk about. And things that I saw that I want to discuss and talk about. Um, Today, I want to bring some things to your attention. We'll start off with the serious stuff, and then we will get into the more lighthearted stuff. Um, so serious stuff. I read an article today that bothered my spirit. Um, Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. I had to do something real fast. Anyway, um, I read an article today and I wanted to bring it to your attention because when things happen, I don't like for it to slide under the radar. I like for people to know. So, if you live in the great state of Texas, this is something that you need to be aware of. And even if you don't live in Texas, but you live in another state that might be a red state or aligns itself in the same vein of the great state of Texas. Like Florida, people think of Florida as being liberal, but Florida is a very red state and it aligns itself along with the states like Texas and Georgia and things like that. So let me read this headline. And if this headline does not, and this is according to NBC News, if this headline does not scare you, I don't know what will. The headline, and this is from NBC News. Hey, Chatham. Hey, Evie. It says Texas social workers can now turn away LGBTQ and disabled clients. Let me read that again. That's why I'm not on live, and I wanted to come on because I know I'm not going to be able to go live tomorrow except for my reviewers roundtable. So I wanted to give y'all a little bit of something while I'm laying in bed. Let me read that again for y'all. And I wasn't going to go live, but when I read this story, I wanted to present it to you all. And I didn't want, like, I knew I wouldn't be able to do it tomorrow, and I didn't want to wait all the way until Wednesday, when this is such an important story that I think people need to know. And like I said, even though this is the state of Texas, you can bet your bottom dollar some other states are watching how it goes there to get the blueprint for seeing if they can do it in their own state. I'm going to read that headline one more time. Texas social workers can now turn away LGBTQ and disabled clients. So the article goes on to say Texas social workers can now turn away LGBTQ clients and those with a disability. The State Board of Social Work Examiners voted unanimously to change a section of its code of conduct last week, following a recommendation from Governor Greg Abbott, a Republican, to remove protections for sexual orientation, gender identity, and disabilities. Abbott's office said the change was suggested because the board's non-discrimination clause went beyond the state's policy on social work, according to the Associated Press. Quote, it's not surprising that a board would align its rules with statutes passed by the legislature, end quote. Renee Easy, a spokeswoman for Abbott's office, said. Officials and the State Board of Social Work Examiners are now facing backlash for the decision, with some advocacy and professional organizations saying it could put the already vulnerable disabled and LGBTQ people at a greater risk. After the policy change became public, 7 advocacy groups released a joint statement condemning the move. Quote, the Social Work Code of Conduct previously helped ensure ethical treatment of all clients and prevented bias-motivated conduct, end quote. Ricardo Martinez, CEO of statewide LGBTQ group Equality Texas, said in the statement, quote, now with the removal of sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression from the code, LGBTQ plus folks who experience discrimination could face more obstacles to get the help they need, end quote. Transgender rights groups spoke to how the policy could affect trans individuals' health and safety during the pandemic. Quote, there is always a real possibility that trans Texans specifically could be turned away or dissuaded from accessing the medical resources they need, end quote. Emmett Schelling, executive director of the Transgender Education Network of Texas, said in a joint statement. Quote, at a time when many in our community require services to make it through an isolating pandemic, attempting to grant providers a license to discriminate is abhorrent, end quote. The National Association of Social Workers also criticized the board's acceptance of Abbott's recommendation. Will Francis, executive director of the association's Texas chapter, called the move, quote, incredibly disheartening during a public meeting, and criticized the Texas board's decision not to seek public comment before changing its code of conduct. And that's pretty much the whole article. I thought that I should bring that to your attention because if you live in the great state of Texas, if that doesn't give you, and I don't want people that to say, well, I'm not disabled and I'm not a part of the spectrum, so it doesn't affect me. Who's to say you won't become disabled at some point? Who's to say you may not have a child or a close loved one that may be on the spectrum or may be disabled, that may need the services of a social worker, only to walk in to go into a place and be told, "Nah, we can't help you." And let's be clear, in the excuse me, y'all, in a lot of areas, especially even larger states, the state is overrun with areas that are way more rural than areas that are uh, concentrated cities. And what happens is a lot of services are not available, and this gives more rights to places to discriminate. um, as recently as earlier this year, I was in an area just outside of Austin, Texas, but I would say 30 minutes from me was all rural central Texas. And they didn't even have Ryan White there. And if you don't know what Ryan White is, I knew someone who had told me that they had, when I was there, that they had contracted, HIV, and he was looking for services. They didn't even have Ryan White there. He did not have a place in an hour's drive. Well, no, he could get to Austin in about 45 minutes, but he had to drive at least 45 minutes to get treatment for, and that's medical treatment for HIV in America. And that's medical treatment. We're not even talking about social workers who help in so many different ways. They help, they do mental health counseling. They help with being able to provide services or recommend services or take people to get services, basic services like shelter, basic services like medical attention, and all types of other things. And to, hey, Miss Shorty B, hey, little baby. And to have a state as large as Texas, which is, I think, I think Texas is what, number 3 or 4? And I know it's in the top 4 states in terms of size. For that large of a state to say that social workers can now turn away disabled people or LGBTQ plus people, and it's sanctioned by by the state government, is deplorable, and that's scary. And if that doesn't scare you enough to say, "Hey, I need to go out and make sure I vote," because you better be damn skippy. Florida is just like Texas, very red. And although a state like Virginia may have turned purple, it could very easily turn back red. There are a whole lot of states with a lot of liberal city centers, but the majority of the state is still rural and still very red. And they could be making decisions that could affect everyone. It's these type of scary things. I don't want to be an alarmist, but sometimes you do have to sound the alarm and let people know. I do want to look further into this and do more research about it, because like I said, what will end up happening is, and I'd love for some of my fellow YouTubers like Really B or Beautiful Soul or some other people who I know sometimes discuss these important topics, but I'd like for those of us who can to really start to look into this, because if this becomes the blueprint for other states, it could be, we could have real issues in terms of services being provided to people. I mean, think about years ago. I forgot which state it was. I think it might have been Texas, but I think it's somewhere down in the South. But anyway, the first state that became the blueprint for pretty much making it where you only had 1 or 2 places in an entire state where you could get an abortion. Remember when that started happening years ago, where they couldn't really stop abortions from happening, but the pro lifers started to make it where laws in these red states were being passed where you had to drive 6, 7, 8, 9 hours to find one abortion clinic. And then they made it so hard for you to go and make that happen. They had people staged outside. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So please believe other states are looking at this and they're saying, okay, it worked for them. Oh, all they got was a little pushback in the media. Oh, okay, we'll take that, and then they'll push it through. So I just want to get what are your thoughts on that? I'd really like to know people's thoughts on that because I know for me, it it is awful. It is I I didn't think I didn't even think that something like that could happen. Like a state could tell social workers, yeah, you're not going to serve it. You don't have to service these people. Like that's pretty horrible. That's pretty horrible to go out and seek help and you find help and that help ceremoniously tells you, yeah, I can't help you because you happen to be on the spectrum or you happen to have a disability. I don't know. Y'all help me make it make sense. Like I'm trying. Hold on, y'all. So anyway, if you anybody here live in Texas and heard that, or anybody outside of Texas even heard or read that story, because this slipped under the radar for me, and I was pretty floored to find out that this was happening. Anyway, I see y'all real quiet tonight. Let me keep it moving. Oh, I see some of y'all got the new avatar. Look at y'all. I mean, new member badge. Look at y'all. I see the new members badge. I see y'all. Yeah, I got this on NBC News. I'll see if I can put the link in the article. I mean, not in the article, in the chat. Hold on. Let me see if I can get put the article. Here's the link right here. This is the one that I read from, but here's another site that is that posted about the story. So it's not like, and like I said, y'all know before I bring something to y'all attention, I like to make sure that I'm not bringing y'all stuff that's made up or that's not true. So I like to try and make sure, you want to make sure there's a couple different places that have reported on something before you put it out there. Now, the article that I was reading from is this one right here. This is the article that I was reading from. And you can read it. No, that's not it. Damn it, I put the same one over. Hold on. Damn it. Um okay. All right, that's the article right there that I was reading. But yeah, please go through because like I said, a lot of these southern states that are very red, oh, they're looking for the blueprint. The Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia. Trust me, all of those states, they're looking for a blueprint. And when you start going around looking for, and everybody doesn't live in a large city where you just have expectations that things are going to be there. Some there are some of us, I don't, but there are people that do stay in more rural areas or that may not be in concentrated large cities. And so this could very much so impact you and your way of living. And it sounds like it's nothing now until you need a social worker, until you are at the point where you need, those services and you are being turned away. So this is why elections matter. This is why We have to be vigilant. And this is why, if you all remember, I kept saying, even if you feel some kind of way about the top of the ticket or the presidential election, that should not deter you. I would rep that should not deter you from voting for. I'm not going. I was going to say something else, but that should not deter you from going and at least casting your vote for those local elections and things like that. There's no rule in voting that says that you have to fill out every bubble or vote on every single thing. You don't. But especially in terms of when you have um, those local elections, those statewide elections where people can make striking blows to you, you need to be concerned with that. These things start in the rural areas. They can quickly gain traction with getting things like this passed. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So basically, what you are giving people, because let's be clear, by you listing, by you saying specifically LGBTQ and or people with disabilities, what you're doing is you are giving credence and cover for discrimination. That's basically what you're doing. You are giving a license to discriminate. Say if you're in an area and there's only one social worker in your area and there's not another social worker for a couple hours, what are you going to do? What if let me give you a scenario. You're somebody who has a son or daughter who might be, let's say you have a son. That son is gay. That son uh, acquires HIV, and they need the services of a social worker who can get them in touch with doctors, get them in touch with programs with for assisted living and other, programs, government programs with all of the services that come, food stamps and other programs, copay sharing or payment of copays for medications needed to keep them alive. All of those things that social workers do. You live in an area, you only have one. That person tells you no. Let's say you're somebody who doesn't have a car, and the closest next social worker is an hour and a half, 2 hours away. How are you going to get in a car? How are you going to get there? Now you got to go take a whole going out of town road trip just to get the services that you need. Well, they don't already scale back affirmative action on the federal level, little baby. So I'm not gonna say all of it, but a large chunk of it. So these things matter. I wanted to start off by talking to that because when I in my head, in my inside my head, when I hear these things and I think about it, it's a slippery slope. So you start with disabled people and people on the LGBTQ plus spectrum. Now you could, like you said, little baby, now you could say, oh, I don't like you because of your religious belief. So I don't have to provide you with social services because of your your religious belief. Will it go down the road of racial discrimination? This opens up a Pandora's box for discrimination um, that people probably thought they'd never see before again. Because we rested on our laurels during the Obama years. We did. And even before that, during the George W. Bush years. And a lot of people rested on their laurels and fell into a false sense of security, thinking, okay, we've gotten past that. We've gotten beyond those days. We don't have to be as vigilant as we were before. We can just, go about business as usual when that's not the case. So, like I said, stay tuned. with this because I'd venture to tell you that this is going to become a blueprint. So, anybody else? Any thoughts on that before I go to less serious topics? So, let's hey Lady V. Everyone believes these are things of the past. My mama was born in the 50s. We haven't come very far. We haven't. We very much so haven't. And as you can see, they are truly trying to make America great again. They are truly trying to go back to those times. That wasn't just a political slogan. These people are trying to roll back um, rights. Like I literally read that headline and thought it was like, you know how you read some headlines and you said that can't be real. You think it's one of those websites that does the false or falsified stories or the comic stories and stuff like that, almost like a Saturday night sketch type deal. Hey Yana, but that is real. And if you live in Texas, you need to be screaming holy hell from the rooftops. And you definitely need to be voting people out of office. If I'm a Texan, I'm looking at the Democratic Party and saying, how in everything that is holy did y'all allow this to see the light of day? And if this doesn't galvanize you, if you're in Texas, and even if you're in another state, because please understand, it's coming your way. It's coming. So I did put the link to 2 articles talking about it. If you want, you could take those links and shoot it to some of your favorite YouTubers that covers this stuff. I'm definitely going to send it to my boy. He probably already have. He always be on top of stuff. But my boy Calvin Michaels, because I'd like to hear his commentary on it. I love me some Calvin Michaels. He has great. If you aren't subscribed to Calvin Michaels, you are missing out. But he has great commentary on just about anything. But his political commentary is top notch. So yes, I'd love to you to pass that along. All right, so in less serious news, serious news. So your boy, if we and I'm going to use that term loosely, your boy, Jeffree Star, is back in social media news. So we know his ex-boyfriend, paid sex slave, token black boy that he wanted to use to say that he's not racist, is in the blogs again. So now that Andre Marhold has left him, taken his money, and is doing his thing on OnlyFans, making hundreds of thousands of dollars on OnlyFans, Jeffree Star said, "Oh, you think that's all I got for y'all? Hold my beer." So Jeffree Star has gone from having one black boyfriend to 2 black boyfriends. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the picture that I saw of them. Hold on. Of the alleged 2 guys. This is all allegedly now. And this is according to the neighborhood talk. Okay. So according to the neighborhood talk, damn it. No, go back. I'm sorry, y'all. I should have had this already queued up. Okay. Hold on, y'all. All right. So let me share my screen with y'all. Because I don't want y'all boy. That's your boy Abby. You over there in the makeup community. You roam the makeup streets, okay? And I don't want him stealing all of my beautiful black menses for him and his level brand of foolery. So that's one of them. I can't see his face. Okay, that's one right there. And that's the other one. So this is one right here down in the bottom right corner. That's one. And allegedly that's a different one, even though they look the same. I don't know. No, they're different. They are different. I see it now. They do look different. So allegedly, according to the neighborhood talk, y'all boy is out here with two people. Hey, Lastasia. I mean, if you got money, I mean, we see that he has a look. We see he goes for a light skin, I guess. Slim, tall. Hey, Trey Diaz. Hey, little baby. Hey, Amber. Hey, Gigi. Ciao. This is y'all boy. Hey, E Starkey. Like, I'm trying to understand, how did we as black men start being preyed upon by the Jeffree Stars of the world. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say preyed upon. I guess if you throw enough money at somebody, they'll do it. Now, could Jeffree Star throw me enough money and me go that way? Let me think. If Jeffree Star offered me money, would I go down that road? Hey, Shelby. Homelessness will drive you to do certain things. Oh, oh God, y'all are silly. I wonder where my other well, he might as well jump. Apparently, believes, if you missed it, these are Jeffree Star's two new boyfriends. This one down here in the bottom right corner, that's the first one. And this one is the second one. Because now he's like, oh, I ain't going to just have one. Just in case one of them leave. Child, I'm going to make sure I got me one, a backup. You know what I'm saying? He got a backup plan. He have a plan A and a plan B. Child. Now, would I do it? Well, if Flavor Flav can get 12 women, can't miss the stop. You got a good point, boy. That is an excellent point. If you had that many women that were willing to degrade themselves for the like for the likes of a piece of black uh for remember the little papers that they used to put on Reese's PCs, the little black parchment paper. I figured that, to me, Flavor Flav always looked like what that paper looked like after I had eaten the Reese's Pieces and I had crumpled it up and threw it on the ground. Apparently, he got a lot of coins, Belize. Apparently, he got a lot of coins to throw around because he can get him whoever he wants. I don't understand. Uh, and it's not like they ugly, but I guess money goes a long way. Child, they got robes and all, honey. Robes and all, little baby. I'm child. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Y'all help me, cause but like little baby said, homelessness will make you do a whole lot. Homelessness. Foy, would you do it for the money? Would you do it? If he offered you 100K? Would you do it? I'm not. Listen, I could probably try to be holier than thou and pious and lie to y'all and say, nah, I wouldn't do it. But if you told me I could get 100K that I could list as a gift, do I still have to pay taxes on it if it's a gift? That's my question. Do I still have to pay taxes on it if it's a gift? Probably. You know IRS gonna get their money. But I'm not gonna definitively say that I would do it. But I'm not definitively gonna say, oh no, I wouldn't do it. Okay, some states have gift taxes. I ain't listen. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and say, "Oh no, I would never do that." Listen, I would be lying. I'll be lying. I would really be thinking about it, especially if I could allegedly get away with it, like Andre Marhold allegedly said he ain't have to do nothing. Now I don't know how much of that I believe, but he allegedly said he ain't have to do nothing. Money not gonna make me happy, but it could make me a little comfortable when I'm upset. It might could buy me an extra bottle if I get upset. I'm just saying. It might not make me happy, but it might help me get something that might get me to a happier place. Lord. Oh God. I feel like this is about to be so funny. Hold on, y'all. I'm going, if my best friend is sharing this with me, it has to be funny. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up. Cause if this is from my best, it better be. If it's, listen, if this is not funny, I haven't even clicked on it yet. But if it's not funny, we're gonna blame my best friend. We're all gonna watch it together. I haven't seen this yet, but I feel like he always sends me good stuff. Wait, where is it at? Hold on, y'all. Wait. Oh, here it is. All right. So we're gonna watch this. Let me share my screen. Y'all might have already seen this. I ain't see it if y'all seen it, so don't judge me. Okay, let me see what this is about.
In the house of the Lord for the rest of my life. I gotta stay here. Mama prayed too many prayers. I gotta stay here. I've been sick,
You know
but
what?
I gotta stay here. I've been weary, but I gotta stay here. I've been lied on, but I gotta stay here.
Oh
I've been
God.
mistreated, but I gotta stay here. I lost sight, but I gotta stay here. I will in the house.
Oh, that did make me laugh. Oh, oh God. That made me laugh. Oh my God. Listen, if I got enough money and I'm upset for it, I can pay somebody to come and pamper me and get me through it. Okay. You hear what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, let me see what y'all saying. Let me see what y'all saying. I'll wipe my tears with $100 bills like the Dave Chappelle. Okay. Andres is that ain't have to do nothing. Lie his money funny too. He was probably on the brink of homelessness. Child. Wasn't he in a video kissing Jay like he never kissed another person? And Evan, I don't know. I saw a different version of this video with the hip hop. I saw the hip hop one. I did not, and that's why when I saw that one, I had to see what it was about because I had saw the hip hop one. I saw. Oh, I read it. I don't trust nobody that dance like that. Ooh, child. But that was funny. Shall we watch it again? That just made me laugh. I wanted to watch it with y'all to see if it was funny. Child. Anyway, I need to call my friend. Anyway, oh, shall we watch it again? Hold on, y'all. Why people keep texting me? So you're gonna stay here? Okay, you know what? Because you're gonna stay here. Ah, hold on. Let's go back. Okay, here we go. Let's make it big. Hold on. Why I can't make it big?
Of the
Whatever.
Lord for the rest of my life. I gotta stay here. Mama prayed too many prayers. I gotta stay here. I've been sick, but I gotta stay here. I've been weary, but I gotta stay here. I've been lied on, but I gotta stay here. I've been mistreated, but I gotta stay here. I lost sight, but I gotta stay here. I will in the house
You know
of the
what?
Lord.
Y'all are so silly. What is wrong with y'all? But the funny part is the fact that we don't all been to church and seen that guy. We have all been to church and seen that guy. And during that part of the sermon, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying now. Child, that Andre boy was in cahoots with his baby mama. He is over there making money. He is one of the top fans. So, baby, He don't want you to feel sorry for him. He said, "Feel bad, sorry for me if you want. I'm at the bank cashing checks." I was that guy one chapter in my life. You know what? For a titty tap Trump speaking to Andre, child, child, a mess, a mess. So my last story of the night, I can't stay before y'all long. Y'all know I'm in bed trying to not exude too much energy. So one of my favorite game shows came back last night, and I was here for it, but they're not here for it. What game show was that? Supermarket Sweep. Put a 27 in the chat if you watched Supermarket Sweep back in the day. I was a huge Supermarket Sweep fan. Like a huge fan. I'm just saying. Okay, so it wasn't just me. Listen, I remember late 90s, early 2000s. It was like 99, 2000, back in my college days. We used to sit there and watch Supermarket Street. What was the guy? What was the name of the host guy? We loved the Supermarket Sweep because you would just be yelling at the TV, yelling at the people because you knew, okay, hey bitch, go get them hams over there that's in the little foil paper. Go get them peels, bitch. Everybody knew, go get them big ass cheeses and shit. Listen, listen, Lady V. I felt like I need the boring white man. Leslie was a bit too much. She was a bit too much. The show is already like you don't watch Supermarket Sweep thinking, "Oh, I'm finna go watch this serious, super, big time game show." It's already just like a SNL sketch turned into a freaking game show anyway. So you don't need nothing to make it any more funny. Just the whole premise of it is enough. Okay. The stupid little sweaters that they make you wear, the stupid little jumping around that people do and everything, all of it. And even the boring white host with his boring hair and him talking like he's so happy about everything and all. It just all fell in line. So when they carted Leslie Jones' ass out there, she was way too extra. And so, and can I tell you how uncomfortable it was, how fake she was? So in the second, they did like two shows, right? So in the second show, one of the couples was at first I thought it was a lady and a gay man. And then when the lady said, "Oh, I'm married to him," and I was like, "Oh, she married herself a whole gay man." And then when she said, "Oh, this is Chris," but Chris used to be Christina, and we've been together for 9 years, and I've been with her from the time with him from the time he was Chris Stoll, I'm sorry, to being Chris now. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." But then the way Leslie Jones kind of did this weird, like I thought she was back on SNL thing where she was like, "Oh, we have a whole bunch of great people here," and it was so patronizing. It was so like, really, Leslie, that's what we're doing today. Is that what we're doing? Like, I want to show it because I found it but it's on YouTube, so I don't want to show it on YouTube and get my video taken down. But it was just child. Yeah, they have whole team names now, and it's all stupid. Like it was already perfect. You could have just brought it back. And I'm not saying have the same old host, but definitely not Leslie Jones. But let me tell you what part of it I am here for. So basically, you know how they was real nice and respectable about stuff in the beginning of the show back in the day, but toward the end it got a little more ratchet. Now they just fully ratchet. Now you got people damn near elbowing people and damn near suplexing motherfuckers to go get the goddamn items and stuff like that. Like I swear that black girl during the first show damn near clothesline that white man who was in her way. It's so funny because Supermarket Sweep was so good. And they listen, they are here for it. In the second show, it was another black girl in the second show. She was on there with her grandma or whatever. So they called that the first little clue when they had to run through the store. You know, in the first one, you got to run through the store and find the item. Girl, when they all got to that item, it was like some razor blade, Gillette razor blade, or Venus razor blades or something. Baby, they all ran over there. They all looking for the razor blade, and so they all kind of like simultaneously saw it. When that black girl gave them other two people the Dusty Rhodes elbow of death to get to get to that doggone razor, and did not care and went right over there. And when Leslie Jones said, "Oh, you go to a black supermarket," she said, "Mm-hmm." I was like, you know what? Now, if you don't know what the Dusty Rhodes elbow of death is, you're a little too young. If you don't know who Dusty Rhodes is, and if you don't know about Dusty Rhodes and his elbow, you might be a little too young for this reference. I'm just saying. Listen, is every child they might as well put on shoulder pads and knee pads and elbow pads because baby, it looks like they about to be getting it down. And with ratchet ass Leslie Jones, child. When did the cheese and meat section become so light and the vegetable section become so big? Right. Because the thing about it is you knew a couple sections you was gonna go. You was gonna go get them hams, them ribs, you was gonna go get them big cheeses, you was gonna go over there to them pills and stock up on all them pills. Child, these girls act like they never watched Supermarket Sweep back in the day. You know exactly what to go for, child. Now, watch this. In the first show, you knew the couple. First of all, I don't even know why they thought they was gonna win against those two white ladies. The two white ladies was like, "Yeah, we're two friends, and we have 9 kids in between us." Bitch, them hoes live at the goddamn supermarket. Now, really, B, you better not jump out the bushes and say nothing to me. Because really, be gonna jump out the bushes and say I live at Publix. Don't judge me, really, B. Do not judge me, okay? Get up off me. Anyway, but when you got 9 kids, all you do is live at the grocery store. Baby, you know every aisle by heart. You hear me? Right, the water hoses. They did have the pans, though. No, I think, little baby, I saw somebody over there by the pans. I thought I did. Because remember, you had to go get them big pots and the big pans. Like, you knew. Like, by the time you got to your second or third episode watching for the first time, you was like, oh, girl, you better go on over there and get this. You was not going over there to the vegetable section because the vegetable section wasn't going to do nothing for you unless it was one of the extra prizes. Don't be putting your little eyeballs in this chat, really be. Child. Them two ladies beat them down. Honey. I do it. I say, child. They gonna beat them down. She probably has a basement pantry to stay started. Listen. Now, it wasn't like one of them had 9 kids. They said between the two of them, there was 9 kids. But even for two people, 9 kids is a lot of kids. Because even if you try to divide that close to evenly, that's 4 and 5. That's a lot of kids. That's a lot of mouths to feed. You know how much it costs to go to a grocery store for, if you got 4 kids, that's a family of 6 with a husband and wife and 4 kids. If you got 5 kids, that's a family of 7. Child, that's a lot of mouths to feed. And God forbid, they teenagers. Child, you spending $300-400 a week at a minimum on food. That's a mess. But anyway, I love, listen. I like you said, little baby. I don't like the corny names. I do like that they did go back and make them wear the sweaters again because I think you couldn't take the sweaters away. Like you have to make them wear them ugly sweaters. I do think they tried to, ramp up or make the sweaters a little better, but I thought they should have just went back to the old putrid, ugly, s- sweaters from back in the day. I don't like the little people also who they have coming up. Like Leslie be having these little jokes and some random dudes be coming up saying stuff to her. I'm like, what? Why are you here? Or remember the part where they had to go get the little flowers um from the black man over there, and the black girl damn near tackled him to the ground and was like, I'll get my own damn flowers waiting for you. Cause he was listen, the black man was taking his time. He was like, oh, so you need a dozen roses. Let me see if I can find it. Mind you, bitch, my clock is ticking. Bitch, what the fuck? Child. 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 I would have just like that black girl and tackled him to the ground and be like, listen, I don't got this type of time. Be playing with you. Child. A mess. But I mean, I'm glad it's back. I just don't know. I just need Leslie to tone it down. I just need her to tone it down. I'm just saying. But if you can go back and watch it, I would go back. Like I found the whole 2 episodes on YouTube. Go watch the second show when they had the couple with the lady and the guy who was a trans man or whatever. And Leslie Jones's reaction to them when she said, "Oh, I've been with him since he was Crystal, and now he's Chris," and her whole reaction. Because I think Leslie, like the rest of us, looked at her and like, "Oh, you married him? That looked like a whole gay man over there." And then they were like, and then when she said, "Oh, I've been with him since he was Crystal, and now he's Chris," everybody was like, "Oh, that makes sense." And but Leslie just took it to like the 1,000 degrees. It was just so messy. Hold on, let me. I'm gonna put the link. I'm not gonna play it, but I'm gonna put the link and give y'all the timestamp, okay? Because that's what we do over here. Hold on. Okay, so let me find a timestamp first. Hold on. Okay, so your timestamp is okay. I found it. So let me put the link. Here's the link. The timestamp on that is 26 minutes, 9 seconds. Okay. Now I'm going to give y'all a little bit of a moment to go watch that. That's your timestamp 26 minutes, 9 seconds. Now, y'all click that link. I'm going to be right here waiting for y'all to click this link and go to the 26 minutes and 9 second mark. Let me look at my phone while y'all doing that. Let me know when y'all back. I mean, yamming it up is putting it mildly, though. Like, that was like, girl. That was like, girl. It was like, girl. Really, Leslie, like that was a bit much. Like she took that thing like that seriously came off like, girl, what kind of SNL sketch you doing? It was like, girl, what kind of like it was a bit much. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she's just way too much for this show. Like she was just doing way too much. But you could tell when that woman said to her, when that lady said, "Oh, this is Chris, my husband," that was the first blow to Leslie when she said, "Oh, that's your husband?" Because remember, they're standing right next to um they're standing right next to that other pair with the girl and her gay best friend or whatever, who she said was her supervisor. So you got that. So I'm sure Leslie, after she talked to the pair before that, was like, "Oh, we got another pair with a gay man and his hag." And so when that woman said, "Oh, and this is my husband," I'm sure Leslie was like, "Er." And then when she was like, "Yeah, and I've been with him. This is Chris, and I've been with him since he was Crystal the whole time." She was like, like you can see it, you can literally hear Leslie Jones's mind go, "Er?" And so she knew she had to play it off and go straight into SNL character mode. Like you literally saw all of that happen on screen. I was like, you know what? They're like, it was like, you know what? It's just, you did way too much right there, child. A mess. Like her response was real, child. Anyway, y'all, but I'm gonna still be watching because I told y'all Supermarket Sweep is my show. Like I love yelling at the people. Like you just love to yell at the people. Now I do like. I'm trying to remember if they did that little game. Did you see how they did the little game where they would put like parts of the logo up and one part at a time until somebody figures it out? I'm trying to remember if they had that in the original game. Did they have that in the original game? Because I don't know. I don't remember that game in the on the original show, but we thought it was Ross Matthews. But it does look like Ross Matthews. That does look like Ross Matthews. Wow. Yeah, I like that little game where you have to guess the logo because some of them I knew like right away. I was like, yeah. Some of them it took me a little bit though, but I like that game. That was a good game. So, but yeah, if you missed it, go back. I just gave y'all the link where you can watch it if you missed it to Supermarket Sweep. If you loved it like I did. So anyway, y'all, I didn't want to be on here long because I told you I'm a little bit under the weather. That's why I'm not on screen. I'm actually laid in bed. But I wanted to come and bring that first story to y'all because I thought it was important enough where I could suck it up and thug it out and bring that to y'all. Like I said, if you need to go back and get the link, do y'all need me to re-put the link into the chat from the story about the social workers in Texas, or do y'all already have that? because I'd really like for you all to circulate that story to some of the YouTubers who you all trust can do right by um, breaking that story down. And also, when you do that, if you could send me the link to their live where they talk about it so I can watch their commentary on it as well. Because I'd love to watch that. So anyway, I think that's all I got for y'all today, y'all. I'm already tired. I'm spent. I need to go lay back down a little bit more and rest up because I gotta do Love Crowd Country tomorrow. Y'all know that takes a lot out of me, so I'm gonna try to do right by that and conserve energy for tomorrow. Um, anything else before I go, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna put y'all can put some shondos in the chat. I was gonna have Ty on, but Ty is too busy. I ain't gonna even tell y'all what he's doing, but he said he was not coming on with me today. I said that's fine. That's fine. But he was told and informed. So let me put a shondo in my own chat. But yeah, I'm getting off because I already feel myself. Can you drop the link to this? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me drop those links again. Okay, that first one is the article that I read. Um, is the article that I read. The second one is an article is about the same topic, but it's from a different source. So both of them are talking about the social worker situation in Texas. Yeah, I hope to feel better. Y'all know, don't ever accuse me of not coming on for y'all. Okay, do not ever accuse me of not loving y'all enough to come on still. Um, hey, Pink Sugar, thank you for coming through. No problem, Bossy Don Diva. Because I think it's an important story. Um, I wonder. I'm gonna watch the MSNBCs and CNNs and see if they're talking about it tonight as well, because I do think it's important enough of a story to talk about. So hopefully they are. Um, hey, you know me. We'll push through. We'll thug it out. Like I said, I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. I will be Lovecraft Country will be we will put Lovecraft Country review out tomorrow, and then we're gonna have the Lovecraft Country Reviewers Roundtable live tomorrow night. So please, that live is already scheduled, so you should be able to see that on the channel. It's gonna be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come through. Let's discuss, let's delve in, let's meet some other reviewers and let's talk about it. I'm sure you'll love it. And believe me, some of the people that I invited are their reviews are just as good as mine, if not better. They are just as learned, knowledgeable, and informed as I am about the different genres and all of the different historical nuances as I am. They have their own theories about the show, so I'm going to enjoy um parceling all of that out tomorrow. So yeah, let's come through and enjoy that ride tomorrow. All right. If nothing else, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank y'all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for all that you do. Um, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, I'm out of here.